What's up, traders? Welcome to What's up, traders? Welcome to live streaming from Forex Trading Wizard Academy. This is Forex Wizard, your trading coach. I will be doing a live trading session and live analysis, live discussion about trading psychology, fundamental and technical aspect of trading, as well as any kind of live trade coming up in the market. We will be jumping on a trade. So as you know that today early there was AUD news has come up in the market. We saw there is a huge volatility on this instrument. Now I will be looking to have some more trading opportunity in the upcoming session, as there is a news coming up later today also. So we'll be looking at all of them one by one. So before I begin this session, make sure guys you smash the like button and also hit that subscribe button if you haven't done yet. So let's begin today's session. Very important session. As you know that New York session is always give us a good outcome in the market. So if I look at the gold analysis that I posted early today, looks like that gold is fully choppy. As you can see, this is what's happening here on the 4 hour. The market, as I mentioned earlier today, is facing this daily resistance. When the market face this kind of important level of resistance, price normally cannot break that resistance, because this is a very a long-term resistance on the daily perspective. The price is creating series of lower high along this level, so highly likely that this market is still maintaining this resistance. This is what I mentioned in my in London session, pre-London session live also, that as you can see, gold in fact couldn't break this resistance zone here, okay, and creating a series of lower high along this zone. So with that being said, let's see how the market does. Because the market is respecting this resistance zone, we could see that gold may come down further to grab liquidity from this long-term daily 20 EMA. Now the daily 20 EMA is a very important liquidity area, and what I think that gold may come down a bit more to grab liquidity, because it's not being able to break this resistance zone, and you could see that this market may be remaining in that zone. So let's see how it does. We will be looking to have any kind of opportunity that we have. We will be looking to trade. So any opportunity coming up, we'll jumping on the trade as soon as we will find that. So let's see. In the meantime, I will be looking at all the pairs. As you can see, gold is rejecting this resistance zone here. Okay, so there's a resistance here, and also resistance here, and we see that the market, the price is respecting this resistance, is not being able to break this high. So anytime we could see that gold may come for a deeper pullback to the downside to grab liquidity. So let's see how it does. As the news is coming, I think anytime we could see a spike down to grab liquidity, and then we may see that the market again pushing to the upside to grab further liquidity from the bottom, and then may jump to the upside. So let me know in the chat, guys, how you're doing. Inam, hello sir. Inam, thank you. Daomi Davis, hello, thank you. Kings Bobby, hello. Amishab, hello. CHFJPY bro, absolutely. Trebo, good day coach. NCD CHF please. Yeah, absolutely, thank you very much. So we'll be looking at that one. As you can see, the price is facing this daily resistance on gold, and from the 4 hour we see the market is in fact consolidating along this zone. And with that consolidation, okay, what I think that gold highly likely that may grab liquidity and then could break to the upside, or even it is not impossible to see that gold to break down to the daily support. Now if you look at the daily time frame here, and also bigger picture, if I look at the monthly on gold, what do you see that from the monthly perspective, this is the monthly candle. So far it has come to this monthly support, and what I think that in the beginning of this month also I have posted analysis weekly forex workers. This is what I mentioned, that gold in fact has formed this long monthly impulse. There is a monthly impulse, correction impulse. We could see that gold may come down further for a deeper pullback. I think that from the monthly perspective, this is what I predicted, that gold might be closing as a monthly doji, and then we could see further drop grabbing liquidity, and then we could see that gold is bouncing to the upside. So there is a couple of probabilities to happen. Let's see how it does. I think that gold may come down further to close as a monthly doji. Now if you look at the weekly also, you see the same situation from the weekly perspective, that this is the weekly support level. And if we look at daily, what we could see, the daily perspective, this is the resistance zone here. Okay, now with that resistance, I think that gold may respect this daily resistance, come down for a deeper liquidity grab. Now it is really important to look at that on gold on the daily. Is it breaking high, or it is coming down for to the monthly support? I think that in my opinion, gold might close as a monthly doji, which is very likely to happen. And with that monthly doji, if gold wants to close as a monthly doji, then we might see the market breaking to the downside. So far we see the price is respecting this daily resistance zone. I think that there a high probability that the price might respect this resistance. Now as the news is coming in just 25 minutes, it will change the game and we'll know exactly what's happening. There is a one probability to happen, is that if the price spike to the upside, okay, and then come back down, there is a highly likely that gold might be dropping, completing a head and shoulder. So it is important to look at how the news is releasing, and news will really give us a bit more clearer information how the market will be acting over time. So let's see how it does, and we will be looking at all of them one by one. Let me know in the chat, guys, which one you are looking at. TradeGate, good day. Please check US30. Absolutely, King Boy. Hello. Gold just fell to 1990 price said in the morning. Yeah, that's what happened. That's what I mentioned, that gold is likely to drop back to the level, is because you see that there is a daily resistance zone here. Okay, now as you can see, with that daily resistance, the price is respecting this level. Okay, and because the price is not being able to break this daily resistance zone, we have seen that gold is not being able to break this high, and therefore it could require further liquidity gap from the support before creating any move to the upside. So let's see how it does. I think that very highly likely that gold may drop towards downside, coming down, and then even breaking this low to this monthly support, and then we could see an uprise. So far, as I mentioned, anything can happen on the news. We could see filling this gap and then bouncing to the upside. That's why I'm not still on any trade. You open a trade and we close immediately, or near the entry. The reason is, looks like that gold, this resistance is not being able to break, and because it's not being able to break, now it is important to sweep. But if the gold managed to break this resistance, then we might see a bit more stronger movement to the upside, because at the end of the day, if the price break the resistance, we could see that the price is continuing to the upside. It's a long-term bullish market. If gold can't break this resistance, we might see deeper pullback to grab liquidity, and then we could see the market is trending to the upside. So based on how it is doing, we will be looking at the possible trading opportunity. Any trade coming along the way, definitely will be looking at it. And yeah, why should we miss if there is any trade coming along the way? So let me know in the chat also which setup you are looking at. Good morning, boss. The news. Yeah, Gilberto. Yeah, absolutely. We had on amazing AUD trade, AUD pairs here, Euro USD. Good evening, coach. Thank you. NZD USD is now down. Could you enter another buy trade at some level? Absolutely, we'll look at it. So your professional opinion, it's best to wait before. I think best to wait for gold, for me, in my opinion, because the market is consolidating, and there is a very highly likely that we could see either breakout in any one of the side. Okay, so looking at AUD USD, now you have seen that AUD USD trade that we have opened yesterday, that has given the full profit target 221. We had 321, but due to the news we have closed at 221 reward to risk. Now AUD USD, I mentioned yesterday's live session as well, and now let's see what it is trying to do. From the daily, what I see that AUD USD is in fact a long-term downtrending market. So if I look at the 4-hour, first I'll be looking at monthly to see what's happening. Now from the monthly, we can see that AUD USD has crossed the previous monthly high. Okay, and after crossing this monthly high, grab the liquidity, and we saw that AUD USD is now returning back towards the downside. Now if we look at the weekly, we can see that from the weekly as well, this is a long-term bearish market. So far we saw there is a significant move this week, and I think that we could see AUD USD coming down a little further, even breaking this low. It could come back down a lot. Now looking at the daily on AUD USD, we see that from the daily perspective, AUD USD has formed a triple top here. Now with that triple top, with this narrow doji formation, AUD USD has a breakdown with this daily candle followed by a narrow daily candle. Now from the 4-hour perspective, what do you see that AUD USD, you can see that this is a very long-term downtrend, was dropping along this trend line, respecting this resistance zone. Okay, and then we saw that there is a liquidity gap here. Now with that liquidity gap, AUD USD has broken down, corrected again. The price is melting towards the downside on AUD USD. So for me, what I think that AUD USD may continue to drop, even it could break this lower time frame support zone here, because this is why we entered this trade yesterday. As you have seen, this is our there's a middleman here on AUD USD, and this middleman that I have traded in my strategy. This is one of my favorite trading strategy that I use, middleman trading strategy. And also I will be releasing some of the content, guys, this Saturday. Make sure that you keep eye on that. Saturday during the London session time, I will be releasing some of the candlestick pattern secret that I have never talked of. So make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel, and also press that bell notification so that you don't miss out any of the content that we are releasing. Also, if you press that bell button, then as soon as anything released, it will be directly going to your home page. So you see that AUD USD in fact afterwards have a significant drop. Now let's see where it is now in relation to the higher time frame. Okay, if I look at the monthly on AUD USD, what I see that you can see this is the monthly resistance level. Okay, and the price has crossed that resistance zone. Okay, and then grab liquidity, and then the price has returned back in that zone. So we saw that AUD USD from the monthly grab liquidity. Now highly likely that the market may continue to drop, and if we look at weekly, we can see that from the weekly perspective as well, there is a typical head and shoulder on the weekly. Is the sign that there could be a bit more bigger move on this market. So there is a head and shoulder. This is the head, left shoulder, and then the right shoulder. And what I think that you can see the market from the head and shoulder, couple of long wick candles, and with that long wick candle we could see AUD USD may continue to drop. As the news is coming, we could potentially see that this market coming almost, we could see this is the lowest point. If you look at the monthly, you see the support zone here below this monthly level. There is an imbalance little bit up here, and I think that the market initially could test this imbalance here. Now this imbalance is, you can see there is a doji here, a long doji. Now that doji is a resistance here, which is also turning support here. And from that perspective, what I think that we could see, even it could happen during the news announcement coming up, we could see like a waterfall and dropping to that level. From this top of the doji, we might see that the market is bouncing off, or even could drop a lot, to create a new lower low. So from the lower time frame, what we see that AUD USD is currently you see that this is what normally I look at when I traded this middleman, that there is a strategy, and always you'll never find a strategy that work 100% of the time. No, not possible. But when it comes to strategy, it's all about the probability performance of the strategy. How many times the strategy performed well, and what is the winning rate, these all the things. So to increase the probability of a trade, the thing that I look at is this kind of things. You see there is a huge liquidity gap in that zone, and there's one here liquidity gap, there's one here liquidity gap. Now with that liquidity gap, what we saw that AUD USD has formed this middleman. So when the market grabs liquidity, normally it moves with a very high momentum. I'll discuss later why this happens. First, let's look at the news, and then we'll discuss more on this one. So what I see that AUD USD after drop, little pullback, another drop, and as you can see, we just closed the trade with 2 times profit target on this one. Let's see where the next opportunity comes. For me, I think that we need to wait for the news. There could be still downside move, but if AUD USD manage to go up a little bit to the upside, probably to grab liquidity, and then we could look for further selling opportunity. I think that the market is still bearish on AUD USD. And good morning from New York time zone. Thank you. I would like to hear analysis on GJ. 1 day candle shows large engulfing, so downside momentum should start soon. Absolutely, we'll be looking at. Could you please check US oil? Yep, thanks boss, no problems. Nice. There are many traders says gold will be going deeper retracement in downtrend. What's your opinion? Yeah, Abdul Alim, anything can happen. I think that the gold, as I mentioned, the gold could come down for as I mentioned, I think that gold might close as a monthly doji and then could come down, because the price on gold is historically, it is on the monthly resistance zone here. Okay, so with that monthly resistance level, gold in fact may drop deeper on this one. So let's see how we do. There is a head and shoulder, but you can see the price is still respecting this resistance level, and with that resistance level we might see that the price is may continuing to the upside or downside. I think that might respect this resistance. So I'll be looking at now, let me see, as the news is coming, the market getting very volatile. So let's quickly look at the news calendar on the Forex Factory. So looking at the news calendar, what do you see that so the 10:30 is advanced GDP and unemployment claims. So that two news are very important. That could be the market mover, you know that, because these two news in fact a big game changer more often. You know, I think this is why, you know, from the daily, gold is not breaking any side. It's just moving in a, you know, narrow range, okay, in a constant, you know, in a narrow area, and this could be the main reason why you know, gold is ranging in a very narrow range. Quite a few days you can see red, green, red, green, red. It's very interesting. Now the price on a very narrow range, okay, this is a very interesting price action, and from that range this news could break the price, because you know, on GBP, advanced GDP on USD, and unemployment claims, both of them are significantly important in the market. And tomorrow JPY coming, and euro, as well as tomorrow also in USD CAD is coming. So definitely that's absolutely important. So I think I made a mistake on this one. So today is Wednesday, but I'm waiting for news on Thursday. So now this news is releasing on Thursday, so there is a little bit of confusion because of the timing. So okay, anyway, doesn't matter. So news will be coming on tomorrow 10:30 p.m. okay, and JPY, so all of them. So tomorrow is only USD news, and then Friday JPY and euro news. So today so far released AUD. I think I was looking at the low impact news. Look at what was I was looking at. Okay, so probably okay. Okay, so probably I was looking at those news, and yeah, so there are some medium impact news is coming 10:30. Core durable goods orders and goods trade balance. So these two are medium impact. Gray news that's coming on 10:30, that could move little bit, but not like the red one. So the red one, that the high impact early today on AUD USD CPI. And then tomorrow is coming the biggest one. So it's not today, let me see, sometime due to the time change, a little bit confused. Okay, so yeah, let's keep going. What I think that, as you can see on gold, because the price is not being able to break this daily resistance level, and for me, I don't think that gold will be able to break this resistance. So far it couldn't do it without grabbing enough liquidity, and for that purpose I think that gold may drop to the downside, because if you look at bigger picture, especially the monthly, and I see this kind of price action over and over again in the market, that this is the monthly price action, and when you see a market like that, an impulse correction, and from the bigger picture on the monthly, the price on a resistance zone. Okay, so with that resistance level, the price already created a triple top, okay, and lower high. So we can expect a drop and break of this monthly low. Now if today left, then we have only 2 more days for this monthly candle. I think that the price is still may remain in this range, okay, and then on the monthly close we could see either liquidity gap from the top, or if it drops before the monthly close as a doji, then we could see further drop and then trending to the upside. So there are two-way possibility now, as I mentioned, that until we see that this break of this resistance level on the daily perspective, we may not be able to see which way the market will be heading finally, because it's a long-term bull market, and at the same time there's a clean head and shoulder on the daily. So if the price wants to reverse from here, there is a very highly likely that it will not reverse without going up like that, creating a long wick candle, and then may reverse for bigger movement even to this neckline, the previous to the previous smart money zone. If you are not sure about the smart money area, then also I can explain, let me know. So this is the smart money area where the big boys, big player in the market bought or sold this market. So this is a very important level, previous order block zone. So if the price reversing, then definitely it should be coming back to this level, which is very likely to happen. On the other hand, if we see that from the monthly, if it closing as a doji after overextension, we could see possible upside. So based on the current time price action, we'll be looking at the market. So let me look at now some other instrument, how they are doing. Dollar yen. Go back to AUD USD. So you see that AUD USD, there's a candle close coming in 30 minutes time. Let me look at all of them. Let's see how they are doing. Now this is Euro GBP, guys. As you remember that we had Euro GBP trade that was running with 3 times TP. This is a risk-free trade that we are running in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy. With many of the trade, Euro GBP is also one of them. And probably you have seen in our previous analysis, previous sessions, that this is how trading is, guys. This is what I mentioned to every trader, is to look for high probability trade setup with a high risk to reward when applicable, because trading will never give you always a winning trade. There will be some time when you might face stop loss hit, and then how do you combat that if you don't have a good risk to reward or high probability trade? And that's why most of the trade that we open in our Forex trading wizard academy, either very high probability if it has a low risk to reward, or a high risk to reward. So this one is our Euro GBP trade. I will be explaining now next what I'm planning for Euro GBP. Now this is a, you can see 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio trade. That's a very good trade for prop firm trader. Now exact entry, stop loss and take profit is given here. Now what I see that Euro GBP, if I look at bigger picture daily, what I can see that why did I open this trade? First of all, let me go back to the weekly beginning when I have posted the analysis on Euro GBP. Now this is the daily candle that I have traded on Euro GBP, and on Monday morning in my time I posted this trade straight away, and I have also still running those trade in my live account. So this kind of candle, when you see, this is a very good candle to trade, and this is a bullish candle in the middle of the trend with a long wick, healthy body, crossing 10 and 20 EMA. And in our TF strategy, it's clearly explained here how to read this kind of market. Now we saw that from the daily perspective on Euro GBP, we saw there was an inverted head and shoulder, has broken to the upside with that inverted head and shoulder. Now the price has come back down to the previous resistance zone, which is turning support here, and exactly tested this neckline of this previous resistance. This is the neckline of this inverted head and shoulder resistance here, which is turning support here. And we saw that there is in fact a clean bounce from this support level, forming this daily candle, which is in fact significant candlestick pattern. And afterwards on the lower time frame that we have, I have gone on it, and you can see there is a multiple times liquidity grab, and with that bullish engulfer, this one has given me the entry opportunity in that trade. If you learn the liquidity, if you know the market structure, if you know how to read the trend, and finally if you know how to develop a proper trading psychology, I believe that every trader, every one of you have ability to be consistently profitable trader, no doubt about it. Because consistently profitable, being consistently profitable is all about having a strategy, understanding the basic market structure, price action and liquidity. These are the three secrets that I look at. Indicator you can keep, or I sometimes focus on indicator or no, but these are the three things with proper strategy one can master trading. And it's a freedom, isn't it? Because it's all about game of money, okay, which normally it's important for our life, because at the end of the day it's all about paying the bills, going to the holiday, having a good life. Once one know how to pull out the profit from the market, it become much easier for one to stick to a great life that everyone deserve. In fact, life is difficult for many people in terms of financial freedom, and that's trading gives, isn't it? There's a lot of misinformation out there. That's why I created this academy. When I started trading, I did in fact struggled a lot to be a profitable trader, and then after spending taking countless courses, spending thousands of dollars, and I realized that actually there is something that I need to look at, and that gave me a lot of time. And you saw that some of the candlestick pattern that I talk about, probably you haven't heard of, first time you're hearing, is because of long observation that I have seen how the market moves. And that's what I'm, some of them I'm releasing completely for free. Also, I'll be releasing Saturday. Make sure, guys, that you stay tuned, subscribe to the channel so that you are not missing of that. And let me know in the chat how you are doing in your trading as well. Noami, what indicator is good to use for liquidity on TradingView? Thank you very much. I didn't find any free indicator, but that's why, Noami, I developed this our own indicator to find liquidity in the market. So this one I use to determine liquidity in the market. According to my TF strategy, if any candle has a liquidity, it will show me with this indicator. But you can search. There are countless indicators on TradingView for free. Many of them I tried, but I haven't found really real value, because people who are giving those indicators for free, definitely you understand that what is free as an indicator. Instead, it might, I think, that confuse you, because there is a countless indicator that you can use. Everyone have their own idea, but the way I use, you can see my chart is very clean. I use only 2 moving averages. My strategy is the simplest I have ever seen in my life, because I learn also countless strategies from the beginning of my trading career till now, and I have settled in 2 to 3 trading strategies that I trade every single day, and I keep that open to the website for anyone joining our lifetime member to give them. And also many of the strategy I'm also releasing for free on YouTube to help the trader, because at the end of the day I learned that helping is only the way to get peace in heart. So let's see. This one, liquidity indicator, is the one that I use based on my strategy. There are many other countless indicators. If you find anyone, also let us know in the chat, that others might be benefited with this. Mohit, sir, I entered in Eurosdjpy because price action can help me and check once. Very good, Mohit. I know that you are also running Eurosdjpy. Very good, and I'm expecting it to give us the full TP. This one we already 50% profit closed, stop loss at entry, so it's a risk-free trade. Once it will go there, it will give us the full TP. US news, yeah, there are some news coming up on 5 minutes. How do you know the location of smart money? Very good question. We'll discuss that one next. Okay, see, I think it's Kevin. Good day, everyone. On TradingView chart, it shows news at 12:30 for durable good orders but I don't see the news on the Forex factory. Does this news have high impact? There are many countless what I can say, the way the news is released. So there are 3 kind of mainly news: high impact, medium impact, and the low impact. Okay, so if it is a high impact, normally I pay attention. Medium impact, sometimes I look at to see if there is something coming up important. But low impact news, actually I don't look at it, because there are countless. You can see if you look at that here, you can see there are, every moment there are some news coming up, and if I keep eye on all of them, that could be confusing. That's why I just only look at the high impact. You can, there is a way to filter that news for the high impact. Okay, so sir, great trade on AUD/USD, and you're making good profit. Very good, Patrick. Thank you very much, Patrick, for being here. Yeah, sure. This is what the goal is, to create, to make, to be a profitable trader is the most important part, because at the end of the day, the goal is to learn the strategy to be a profitable trader. And also, by being a profitable trader, other goals are achievable. You can achieve $1 million goal, even $1 billion goal. Do you anyone have $1 million goal? Let me know. Sometime it might give you some motivation. Anyone there have any $1 million goal? Let me know. Kindly check AUD and GBP and ZD. AUD and ZD. Thank you. AUD CAD. Coach, we have a news today for US oil in 2 hours. What's your opinion? Okay, very good. Gilberto, very good, thank you. Yeah, that's what it is. That the main goal here is to make profit and gain freedom. This is, I always talk about freedom use, so it's a very common word that you heard from me. You had other areas also. The reason is this is the area that I really struggled in the first almost 25 years of my life, almost nearly 30 years of my life, is from the freedom. Because there is a writer, Robert, you can sometimes hear his words. So I have some kind of similar kind of life experience that a writer Robert has, Robert Greene. Wherever I gone, I found somewhere very hostile. Could be there are many reasons. I think that this is the story of many of you internally. It's because I'm a kind of naive person. Like, I don't hurt anyone, don't do any harm to anyone, try to help people. And then wherever I go, I get some kind of resistance, and that's made me a very difficult life. And that's why I had that awakening to follow my passion. And then I just drastically changed my life by changing my lifestyle and then coming to the trading. And as soon as I have come to trading, I had a big loss, another tragedy, but I didn't quit. Continuously tried and then finally it became completely programmed in my mind that how the candle moves. Okay, and as I mentioned, that's why I tell you to be in the environment, because I didn't get that environment. I could speed up my learning with a very short term if I had that opportunity. And from that place I created this academy where it took me 3.5 years to be profitable. My goal is to make a trader who can be profitable less than a year. Okay, as long as he or she is following the rules of the strategy, doing the proper risk management, and then counting on it. Okay, having a goal and to achieve that, to be a profitable trader. So the question was, Coach, we have news into the US oil. So let me look at US oil and then we'll jump on. So US oil, I saw that there is a gap is still remaining and the price is still creating bearish price action. There is another head and shoulder on US oil in that important level. So I think that this one prepared for further drop. Now, if I do the full multi-time frame analysis on the monthly, we see that US oil has opened with a gap. It's a big gap, weekend gap. And then once the market opened with this gap, the price in fact has started to drop. Now with that drop, I think that US oil might be, you see, this is the previous monthly long wick candle. Okay, and with that long wick candle, the price in fact did not test many, the whole area has not been tested. So there's a whole imbalance in that market. So, and with that imbalance, okay, what I think that the price highly likely will jump back down at least to the support level or even lower than this, to test this, and then maybe later we could see again bouncing to the upside. So weekly perspective, after the previous weekly bearish engulfer from this resistance zone, so you saw this is the channel the price was moving along, and from that channel we saw this drop. This is, for me, I think that this is a liquidity gap from the bottom, and highly likely the price will come down here again in this support zone, or even test this high of this doji. I think from here you could see this market may continue to reverse. So if I readjust this level here for the previous resistance and support, so looking at the daily, we can see that there is a, after this huge liquidity gap on the daily from this resistance, US oil has a drop correction. It is in another impulsive phase. There is a gap to fill for me, US oil. I think that if I think US oil may continue to drop to this level at least, that we can expect. So from the lower time frame, there is a head and shoulder here on US oil, and that head and shoulder formation is in fact signaling potential further drop. Now, you know, sometime I talk about head and shoulder, that this is what the most important part to look at, you know, a head and shoulder. And this is where many traders are get confused sometimes, is that when seeing a head and shoulder, thinking of buying or selling immediately. But keep in mind that in fact head and shoulder will never give you a clear direction in the market, because must be, I must look at first the trend is the most important part as a trader. Now if you look at the trend on this market is down, so when head and shoulder form in the direction of the trend is where you see the market is moving. Now if you look at closely, you see that the trend is down, and then it comes to head and shoulder. So when head and shoulder will promote you to go in the direction of the trend, that is where it comes to a good following head and shoulder. So we saw that there is a drop. Now what I want is the price to close back below and leaving this neckline, and any point we should be able to see some pullback to the upside, then we can expect to sell US oil. I think that this market may drop to this level, or even could drop further to this level, and then maybe may change its trend again to the upside. So let's see how it does. For the time being, we saw a drop that could give the CAD pair to be a little bit of weaker from the bigger picture perspective. My goal, absolutely 1 million, amazing, very good. So how many of you have 1 million goal? Zenzaha TV million goal, very good job. Have a $10 million goal, awesome, very good. NZD cat coach, absolutely. You learning your strategies, all definitely achieve. Absolutely you can, that's a very good word. Definitely I will be achieving. $1 million goal will be millionaire today. Millionaire trades yearly is my goal. I've been speaking it over my life for 3 years. Very good, thank you, you can do it. What do you think about Gbpusd going to? Yeah, hi coach Muhammad, Mr. Coach, please look at Usdjpy. Yeah, absolutely, look at having a goal and then working towards it. It's amazing, it's possible. Okay, always keep in mind. I'll give you some examples of how miraculously you can achieve a goal. I'll give you some my real life experience that will blow your mind in the next after this testing, checking this Gbpusd and Usdjpy. So looking at Gbpusd, what do you see that this market Gbpusd, looking at monthly, this is a long-term bullish market, as you can see, and then we have seen a drop again. The price is pushing to the upside. Monthly will not tell the whole story. Looking at the weekly, we saw there's a gap opening, and then there's a bullish move to the upside. if we look at daily, what do we see? That from the daily perspective on Gbpusd, this is a daily support level. Above this daily 20 EMA, we saw that from this support zone on Gbpusd, the price in fact showing significant trading opportunity. And there's a T doji here, and this T doji is very powerful. I love this kind of T doji. Now I will explain more about T dojis this Saturday in London session time. I will be releasing a very important candlestick pattern video. Guys, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, press that bell button, and also make sure you stay tuned for this. So for me, from that 20 EMA, euro dollar again has reversed to the upside. Now this is, there was a drop, the prices come down to the support, and we saw bounce back to the upside. That means that euro dollar either may consolidate or may remain bullish to the upside. Okay, because if you look at the daily, you can see multiple times whenever the price is coming to this 20 EMA on the daily, there is significant movement to the upside on this instrument. So it formed a head and shoulder, but as I mentioned, that trend is always in your favor. Okay, so from the lower time frame, after liquidity grab with this, you see this is a liquidity grab candle on 4 hour, and then the price has bounced to the upside from this support zone, giving a very high probability for Gbpusd to continue to rise to the upside, though it is ranging here. Okay, but the trend is up. I think that the market might continue to rise from the higher time frame. This is the weekly candle. You can see there's a gap opening. Now you see that the market is ranging. Anytime it is also possible for the market to break towards the downside. So we'll be looking at how we can find trading opportunity around this zone. I think that from the intraday here on Gbpusd, the price respecting this support here, and creating series of high low. I'm just trying to see what might be heading this price. This trend is little bit of tired, looks like that. Okay, and I think that Gbpusd might, on the monthly close, we could see that this market again coming down for a deeper pullback. Okay, so if you look at the weekly, you can see that in fact this weekly price action on Gbpusd is so strongly bullish that there hasn't been significant pullback towards the downside. Now there are two ways possible, as I mentioned, that if the market breaks this high, okay, in that case on the monthly opening we could see like this, a shooting to the upside if it managed to break this high. But if it drops, we might see a slow pullback towards the downside. Now the way the price action is formed so far, the trend is still valid, but no one can tell you now that okay, this market is likely to continue to rise or it's gonna reverse, because there is a very high probability that both may happen, because when the market trends and trend gets tired, it grabs liquidity, and the price did that. Okay, the price did that, and now it is also possible for the price to break this high and to continue to rise. Now when this kind of situation arises, more often you saw that I become very confident in analysis, but sometimes I say this way that there are two probability to happen. In that case, I rely on the direction of the trend. So for me, I will still be bullish on GBPUSD until we see that this market has completely reversed. Normally the market doesn't reverse like that. Okay, if it reverse, it will consolidate for a long time, okay, like that, and then could see change of trend coming like that. But if it wants to be bullish, in most cases you see that the market straight can break to the upside, because the direction of the trend is always prominent in the market. Thank you, Aminish. Good day, Mr. Coach. Please look at Usdjpy in 1 hour. No problem. Sandy CH, please. Can you please look at Euro USD? Absolutely, look at it. Hi, Coach. I see you free Telegram group. You have mentioned invest. ADD. You can visit the website ADD, and then you can join, visit the website. Any question will be able to answer any question that you have. Definitely, why not? Okay, let's see. You see the market on gold is very choppy, very choppy. Okay, and from the 1 hour as well, it's purely sideways. When you see this kind of market, especially in gold and the pairs that normally volatile, it's always best to wait for the right trade to come. Okay, for me, what I think, that if you look at the daily, you can see that this is the resistance level on gold, and I think this, the market is still respecting this resistance, and it could respect this resistance, and I think it might continue to drop to grab liquidity from the support. So in the meantime, let me see all of them. AUD USD. So you see that from the AUD USD, what we see that because it sometimes reflects gold, at least certain extent, these days we see that AUD USD not following gold fully. We saw significant drop on AUD USD, but gold was remaining in a sideways. It's more of following the GBP than AUD USD. Hi Coach, I see on you. Okay, very good, thank you. Please look at GBP/JPY. I absolutely want to be a multi-millionaire, but for now I want to make at least 50k a month trading and course. Thank you very much, Cassie. Absolutely, you can do that. Do go trading resistance to support myself. I'm setting up something on AUD USD. Yeah, absolutely, look at that. I'm still Euro GBP will continue upside. Very good. We are also still on Euro GBP. I am hoping the price to continue to the upside again. It's almost nearing our 3 times TP hit. I will keep running that trade as well. Look at dollar yen. Say absolutely. Can we enter sell at gold now? No, I don't think that gold is ready for trade now. It's completely in a sideways. Okay, so yeah, we'll discuss that. About the goal achievement. I know that every one of you has a very great goal, $1 million goal, $10 million goal. Every goal is achievable. You know what happened now? Why do in fact people need a goal to achieve? Because at the end of the day, you have all the powers that within you. Okay, now how does the goal works is that, for example, when you set a goal and you take it in your mind, um, chemically our body releases some kind of you know chemical in our body that to achieve that goal. That's amazing things, and there is miracle happens all the time when you have a goal. And no matter what you are doing for that goal, if you direct that task to that goal, it's definitely achievable. I saw in my own eyes. One day I remember that long ago, I have a little daughter who was going to school, and this is her first day of school. And I forgot something, and I had only half an hour time to pick that from long distance. And there was a shop that was very busy, very busy. And I was very emotional on that day for the school. And I went to the shop, and I saw that I picked that stuff. There's a big line, and then I had only half, because my mind is that I'm gonna achieve that goal. I'm gonna pick that in half an hour time, will come back, which is very impossible task. And once I went to pick that stuff, stand up for the payment counter, suddenly no people is there. It's a miracle. And then I went to the counter, I paid off, and I went to the car. I started to drive, and then I saw that I took the wrong stuff. And then I came back again. I saw that when I was entering the center, there's again big queue, and I picked that stuff. When I came back again on the counter, there's no people. It's a miracle. And I came back home, took her to the school, because this is a very emotional thing. This is what, when you achieve when you set a goal and you give all your attention to that goal and work towards it, there will be miracle to achieve that goal. Based on the size of the goal, the miracle also will change. So keep on it, keep counting on it. I'm sure that everyone who wrote that $1 million, $10 million is on the way. So let's look at hi Coach, I see you're free to. Okay, very good. Okay, so Eurusdjpy is still running. It's in a very crucial level. Our trade is risk-free, so this is on a resistance zone now. So if multiple times attempted, if it reverse, then nothing can be done. I'm expecting it to go up and to give us the full TP. But if you look at the daily, you can see that this market already has gone to the upside, and then okay, so let me see how it does. It's really amazing to have. Okay. So gold, we see that, as I mentioned, gold is in a very narrow range. Again, I'm looking at the daily on gold. from the weekly, looking at the monthly, daily. So the price might try to break the resistance again on gold. As you have seen my weekly forex forecast on gold, also this is what exactly expected. Now this is the 4-hour candle, guys. You can see that has crossed all this low, now closing as a doji. Now this candle is a little bit of call for breakout. Okay, it's not yet, but you can see this 4-hour candle multiple times grab liquidity. There is a probability for a breakout. This is a bit more call for breakout, but as I mentioned earlier today, as I mentioned earlier today, is that the market, let me see what's happening in that zone. So from the higher time frame, okay, and from the lower time frame, the trend is up. Now 4-hour, what I see that from the 1-hour as well, there is a huge liquidity gap. Now it could possible that this is the daily chart on gold. It could possible that the market going to the upside, grabbing liquidity and then coming down. So that's why, as I mentioned earlier today, I normally do not buy or sell on the resistance unless I see very high probability, because buying or selling on the resistance support will give you either false breakout or very volatile situation. The market might come down for a strong liquidity gap. So based on how this candle is closing, we will be looking to see if we can find trading opportunity after break to the upside. At this point, it could do anything, either could break to the upside or could reverse back down. So let's see how it does. In the meantime, I will be looking at quickly all the instrument. We saw there is a candle close, and from that candle close, CAD CHF is bearish, CHF JPY, AUD USD. So Euro GBP, okay, Euro GBP failed to create a new higher high. There is a long rejection here. Okay, looking at the weekly, let's see what we could do. Okay, so Euro GBP, as you can see, on a resistance level. Now it is important to see either from the monthly, there is a monthly candle close coming on Euro GBP, and I'm expecting it to explode to the upside, Euro GBP, because from the monthly, this is a very strongly bullish market. Okay, you can see that there is a long impulse on the monthly, and then a narrow consolidation in that area, and then we saw that the Euro GBP has formed this bullish candle. So if we look at weekly, we can see the market is pushing to the upside from the daily. Now this is where I see the opportunity. You can see from the daily, and this, the trade that Euro GBP, that trade that we have open, is based on the daily time frame, and you saw there was a clean reversal here after strong movement has come down, tested an inverted head and shoulder on the daily, and then from here we saw that there is a strong movement to the upside, and then with that movement there is a long bullish engulfer, another bullish candle. Now this red candle is a very important candle because many traders trapped here. That's what they're okay, the price from resistance, a pin bar, the price might be coming down, but I didn't close out the trade because I know that it's a long-term uptrend. After testing this level, we could see the reversal happen, and this is what happened. So from that perspective, I think that we could see further move, okay, which is a probability. If it doesn't move, no problem, we are already up on this trade. Half close is still running in risk free, along with many other trades that we are trading in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy. Also a USD trade that we closed with TP. If you want to trade all of them with us and also learn our strategies, access all the trading tools that we have in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy. Also, you can find a link in the description area. You can visit the website, join us to become an independent trader, and also learn all the strategies that we have. So link in the description, also link at the top of the chat. You can visit the website. Let us know if you have any question that you want to ask. Okay, so I'll be looking at now GJ. Now GJ has formed a doji here, okay, from the intraday. As gold is moving in a very narrow range, let's see what Gbpusd has done. Again, going back to the news calendar, because it will give a very good idea of what's happening tomorrow. Now tomorrow and today, you can see today AUD news was been released. Now USD news coming up, and also JPY news coming up on Friday, and that pair is going to be very volatile. Okay, so if I look at that from the weekly perspective on Gbpusd, now from the weekly on from the daily on Gbpusd, okay, what we see that this market from first of all looking at bigger picture monthly. Now from the monthly time frame, we see that Gbpusd, this is a form interesting structure. You can see there is a smooth resistance line, okay, and with that smooth resistance line, Gbpusd, okay, is respecting this resistance. And if I look at the weekly, what we see that from the weekly perspective, that there is a doji here. Now this doji is quite significant. There is a very important thing to look at here. Either it is dropping back to this level or it is continuing to the upside. For me, what I see that if Gbpusd manage to close monthly bullish candle, we might see a little bit of attempt from the buyer, because what is going up is likely to go up. That's the law of trading. Now if we look at weekly, we can see that from the weekly perspective that this market, in fact, so far it's not closed. There is a doji here. The market is moving in that zone. But if you look at here, there's a big bullish candle, doji, bullish candle, also narrower candle. But if the weekly close like that, okay, there is one thing that important to look at is the high. Okay, if the market couldn't create a higher high, highly likely that the market either will range, will form another doji, or will reverse, may not move to the upside. Now this is the daily candle. You can see there's a double top, and from this daily 20 EMA the price has gone up there. So for me, what I think that Gbpusd, it may not drop straight away. I think that this market might be ranging in that support and resistance for some time, and then after grabbing liquidity from the support, we could see that GBP JPY may be trending to the upside. Okay, there is a couple of ways this can happen. Based on the monthly close, will really will let us know how the market will be doing. So for the time being, for me, GBP JPY might be ranging in that zone. So Aussie yen, got some request on Aussie yen. Looking at the daily, we can see that there was a rejection on Aussie yen. Looking at monthly first of all, now from the monthly, Aussie yen is, you can see from this monthly resistance level, it has rejected. There is a dodgy bearish candle and then rejected from the top. For me, this monthly candle, after this monthly candle, I think Aussie yen might go up again from bigger picture perspective. If I look at the weekly, we can see that from the weekly perspective, there's a doji, and then the price has formed this weekly candle. Now this is where the main thing to look at is that if you look at monthly, we can expect the price to go up, but from the weekly, because there are 4 weeks in the month, after closing this one, we could see initially drop. I think that from this zone we might see the Aussie yen going to the upside. Now if we look at daily, what I see that from that perspective, Aussie yen is bearish. So from the daily lower time frame, looks like that Aussie yen is bearish. Now this is the daily time frame, you can see, and there is a head and shoulder in that level on Aussie yen, and then breakdown from this head and shoulder, leaving a neckline which has not been tested yet, along with this 20 EMA. I think that with the JPY volatility, we could see a pullback. Aussie yen could happen, okay, at least long week candle. It might, if it reach that zone, will be a very good area for potential selling opportunity. Otherwise, the market already create couple of waves in this area. We need to look at what it might be doing, and I think that Aussie yen may, if it reach up, then we could see another drop. I think it's still bearish. Okay, Aussie yen, a drop, correction, drop, correction, drop. So it's still bearish, and I think that after a little pullback to the upside, we can expect another selling opportunity on Aussie yen. And you see this narrow green candle here in this big movement. Any kind of break of this high will give us selling opportunity on Aussie yen. Okay, so AUD for me is still bearish, and as you can see, it's reflecting on AUD USD as well. We'll be looking at that. In the meantime, guys, make sure that you like that stream and also subscribe to the channel. There is some content coming this Saturday. Some of the candlestick pattern that I have never talked of will be released for free, so make sure that you stay tuned by pressing the subscribe button and also pressing the bell notification. Manola, thank you very much for your appreciation. It really good to hear that when you are the human, you must do something for others humans. I think very good understanding. It's really appreciated. I also respect you. Thank you. It's my pleasure to have some time with all of you guys. Thanks for that. Yeah, not try, say I will be successful or I am successful. Definitely. Okay, always keep a firm belief, and that's gonna happen. Okay, keep in mind that the reality is relative to our thinking and our judgment. It's very important that So always, what I wanted to say, that reality is, relative to our judgment and thinking. When you are very confident about something, you're sure that it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Okay, that's the true realities. As a human, we have that ability, okay, to create whatever you want to create. This is the biggest gift one human can have. And that's why it's like we create first in our mind and then outside of ourselves by putting the image of what you want outside. It's putting it inside. So this is a two-way communication. So that's why outside reflect in the mind, and from the mind reflected back to the outside. So this is why when you want something, you want to be someone, it's all about actually becoming. Okay, this is the concept that people really miss. That point is, we focus on doing, but it's all about being. There are two completely different concept. One is Newtonian concept of material and objects. The other one is the Niels Bohr or Einstein, the concept of quantum field or quantum physics or quantum field. So in quantum field, everything is possible, everything exists. And if we break down our cells, everything, chair, table, whatever you see, go to the fundamental level, there is always a quantum field there. So we are in fact we live in that reality. So by staying in the probability, we create anything that possible. And it's all about becoming. So how do you understand that doing and being? Doing means, like, for example, let's say if I say that, okay, I'm gonna be a trader. How do you apply in trading as well? Let's say if I say that, okay, I'm a trader, okay, I'm going to trade, right? And then I open a trade and then I close it, and I open another trade, I close it. So I keep doing that, and then it's doing. Okay, what is being? Being means like becoming a trader. So when people become, then things come to them. There are two ways. You can move an object by applying force to it and it will move, then it will take a lot of energy from you. There's another way to take that, if the object comes to you. So that is called becoming. When you become, then you shift from one being to the other being, and like shifting the reality from one state to the other state, and then you become what you want to be. So how do you do that? For example, then it's a complex concept. How do I grasp this understanding of being? Becoming is like, first of all, you need to understand what you want exactly out of life. This is where the most people miss. You need to know exactly what you want out of life, or what's your goal specifically. And then once you know specifically what you want, then create an image inside your mind of yourself having those things that you are wanting, you are worthy of, and stay on that state of being, and you'll see that miracle will always come to you. That's no doubt. So Eurusd, as expected, is moving in the direction. I think that I'm expecting now to take the full TP on this one 3 times. So let's keep running on that. I think that Eurusd is picking up, and hopefully that will get full on this one. Let's look at now gold. We see that there is a speed coming on gold. Okay. There's a breakout coming. on gold. With that, I think there is a news coming and then the breakout. So that candle that we talk about has penetrated to the upside. Okay, and you see this 4-hour candle which has a significant liquidity in it. Okay, so you saw that the market in fact has broken to the upside. If we look at daily, this is what I mention all the time, and looks like that gold is going to break to the upside. So with that breakout, we might see some movement in all the instrument, maybe DXY. Yeah, DXY is now again coming down from the resistance zone. So you might see that, you know, AUD USD may try to pick up a little bit. Now this is a very crucial point to look at, as I mentioned, on gold is breaking to the upside, but anytime it could lead to a false breakout, again coming down, and then you see there's already this happened here. So let's see how this candle closes in half an hour time, because it grabbed liquidity from here significantly. So now the market is breaking to the upside. Okay, anytime it could lead to a false breakout, which always happen. I think that this might happen from this resistance, because for me at the same time there is a huge liquidity gap here on the 4-hour. You see this structure on the 1-hour, and then form this structure, grab liquidity, and then has broken to the upside. So, you know, gold from 1-hour time frame, there is a huge movement. Now it is important to see how this candle is closing. Okay, Okay, so we see that how this candle is closing will be a really important thing to look at on gold, right? We'll be looking at that. Let's see. I think that the euro dollar also has a bounce to the upside with that respect, has broken this resistance level with this doji. Let's see if there is any opportunity coming up. So euro GBP in fact is moving in the direction. Let it move. Let me see all the instrument how they are doing. So Aussie yen, which is coming down. Let me see in the chat as well. I want to see which one you are looking at. Hello, how are you, Faisal? Thank you very much. Could you please give your analysis on GBP JPY? You said, Coach, gold is breaking through the daily resistance. Yeah, Kings. Yeah, absolutely. So this is what I mentioned, that always trend is always prominent, and in the weekly forex forecast also this is what I mentioned, that normally the price will always move in the direction of the trend. This is how the market moves. Charity. Trading well live keeps me quite live. I really like the way you. Thank you. No problems. Thank you, Charity. Amazing. That's good to hear. I'm sure that you also made it. Thank you very much. Thank you for revealing some of your journey in the life as a trader. So you had. Yeah, thank you very much, RTG. Absolutely. Always, I love adversity. It helps people to become more, what I can say, perfect. Do you think gold? Yeah, gold looks like that it's bouncing off. Sometime GBP will follow dollar yen. Yeah, that's a very good question. Yeah, we'll discuss it, Kakulan. I'm facing some issues. I need your assistance, Kakulan. What's happened? Let me know in the chat. Okay, I'll look at it after the live session. Okay. Hello from here. You are doing a great job. Thank you. I saw 9 hours ago, and how you are here again. Thank you, Mike. Awesome. No, this is the second live that we did 9 hours ago, one live, and now this is another one. Gbpusd USDCHF. Yep. Ritesh, can you go in the trade in gold when it reaches the resistance trend line? In a trade, GBP short. What do you think? Okay, we'll look at it. Learn a lot from your teaching of liquidity. I begin to profit now in my trade, and hopefully can. Yep, absolutely. That's great. UGU. Bro, do you leave trading? Do you do live trading? Yeah, absolutely. We do live trading session every single day, twice. So we see that. Let me going back to the gold again. We see there is some movement coming on gold to the upside, facing this resistance level. So from the daily, as I mentioned earlier, that the trend is always dominant, and we saw that from the daily there is a gap opening, gap down, and the price started to move to the upside, and which is in fact happening. And now it is important to look at how this candle is closing, because for me, I think that if you look at weekly and monthly, okay, there is still probability for sideways movement. The market grabbed multiple times liquidity and pushing to the upside. Okay, so it is facing this resistance zone. Let's see how the candle close, and then we'll determine which way we might be trading gold. In the meantime, let me look at the dollar yen. Now dollar yen as I posted early analysis today, you have seen that exactly done that, tested this previous support as a resistance, and then with this doji has a breakdown. Now dollar yen, if I look at this head and shoulder on the 4-hour time frame, we saw that there is a huge head and shoulder on dollar yen, and with that head and shoulder the price tested the neckline of this previous support here as a resistance. And then what we have seen, the dollar yen after forming this doji has dropped. Now for me, if I look at daily, we can see that from the bigger picture, if I look at the weekly, there is in fact a rejection from the top. Monthly also there is a rejection from the top, and there is a monthly support here, okay, and also the resistance here. Okay, if I look at the weekly, we can see that this market is currently respecting this weekly resistance, and I think that dollar yen may come well below this support zone on the weekly, and then from here we could see again reversal. So if we look at daily, what do we see that from the daily perspective on dollar yen is that there is a resistance here on the daily on dollar yen. This is the resistance here, okay, and there's a resistance here as well on the daily. And what we saw that the price in fact long wick candle here from this pattern, and with that daily long wick candle formation, dollar yen has rejected. Now because the price is respecting this resistance zone and merging in this smaller consolidation, we could see dollar yen has come to test the support and then going back and forth in that zone. So from the daily, we already see that there's a rejection from the top with this doji, and the candle, upon the candle close, we should see some further drop, and along the way anytime we'll see the price action, will be jumping on a trade on dollar yen. So now gold, as I mentioned, you can see this is what I was talking about, that if we see that very weaker response from the buyer, then we could see that gold again remaining in fact in that zone in a sideway, and then even we could see weekly and especially monthly close as a doji. So we saw the primarily break to the upside on gold, but this candle, you can see it's creating a long wick candle, something like that, and that could lead the price to continue to drop. It could, as I mentioned, on the daily already we saw penetration to the upside on gold on the daily, and looking at the monthly, we see that the market from the monthly perspective as well is very good news. Okay, so from Euro GBP perspective and gold, okay, gold you can see now again coming back to the range, which is very weaker response from the buyer. So as you can see, after grabbing the liquidity, the price now again reversing back. Now it is important to look at how this one is forming. Now, you know, half body, half wick also is a sign of continuation pattern. If you look at this 1 hour candle, is a half body, half wick candle, which is also an important candlestick to look at. And with that respect, so from the 1 hour, what I see that if you look at the 15 minutes, I'm just looking at to see if there is an entry opportunity. If you look at the 5 minutes time frame, it could be a fake out again. Okay, and then if that's the case, I think very likely to, you can see the price was respecting this resistance line here, creating series of lower high. So for me, I think that AUD, gold may have done another fake out to the upside that could lead the price to the daily 20 EMA, could be. Or if we see that this is a real breakout, if we look at the 1 hour and lower time frame, we'll be seeing that if this is the real breakout, then we can expect a bit more upside on gold. So we'll be keep watching. Still 13 minutes to go on this one. Let's see how it does. So dollar yen is coming down as expected. GBP JPY after this doji, also this one is dropping down. Let's see how it does. Now if you look at this instrument on GBP JPY, if I look at the monthly, and the weekly, okay, so from the weekly perspective, see this is what the price action is to look at. Monthly may not be clear, but weekly, still 2.5 days to go. We see that GBP JPY is creating series of lower high along the zone and forming this weekly doji here, okay, which is in fact creating lower high and lower low. Now if GJ closing like that, okay, maintaining a lower high and lower low with a red doji, very highly likely that GJ will have a drop to the downside, okay, very highly likely. Now looking at the daily, you can see the market, the bulls try to break this high, but as there is a double top here, as you can see, lower high on the daily, and the price now slowly rejecting. I think that GJ will try to break the support, but it might move little bit in a sideway. There is a double top here on GBP JPY, and after this drop correction doji from this 20 EMA, we can expect a drop, but this is a long-term bull market. Because the market has formed a reversal, it is usual to have some kind of, we see this according to our TF strategy, there is a selling opportunity on this doji from this 20 EMA, and I think that GJ may drop to the to the monthly support zone here. Okay, so now the market is moving. Okay, absolutely. Gold did a fake out. Yeah, let's see what it could be, valid or fake, and then we'll look at it. Yes, absolutely, Jeff, thank you very much. We do provide VIP service, and as you can see, Euro GBP, we are running almost 3 times profit on this one. All the trades that we are running, you will be learning all the strategies and also trading with us. Link in the description, and also there is a link at the top of the chat. You can visit the website, join us. I would recommend you to join the lifetime member to access all the trading tools that we have, all the strategies you will be learning and trading with us. So I will be giving a mentorship link again on the live chat. You can visit the website and join us to be part of this trading community. That's a great decision. Thank you very much. We'll be looking forward to have Mohit. Sir, can you check USD CHF for So short term buy because it's coming. USD CHF, let me look at it. Hello coach, hope you are doing fine. I'm good. Adrash, any trade in gold? Gold looks like that has a break to the upside again, coming down for a pullback. We are watching it. Good afternoon. What about the US30? Very good question, thank you. And in the meantime, guys, also join the free Telegram channel, link in the description. Let's see how it does. Looking at the 4-hour on gold, we see the market grab multiple liquidity has gone up, but at the same time it is facing a resistance. So it is the most important to look at that the market, gold market, is facing this resistance. And when you saw that when the market came like this, it has come like this, and then long wick candle has created here, and here you can see the price normally revert back from that resistance level. So this is the resistance here, and as you can see that from that resistance level the price rejected from that resistance level. So with that respect, what we can expect now is that if the price failed to break this high, we even could see a reversal. So this is why it is important to see how the price is reacting to this resistance zone. If you look at the daily, we can see that in fact the price from the daily perspective is approaching that resistance level, and which is also, from the daily it is bullish market. Okay, from the daily it is a bull market, and let's see how it does. So from the 15 minutes, what I see that the market is still showing bullish price action. This 15 minutes candle is a little bit of looks like they're a bit more stronger. Let me see. And I'll let it come down to without testing this zone. I'll not be interested to do anything. There is you can see this is a very important level of resistance, and it is little bit of risky to buy from here because it's a resistance zone, but let's see how it does. Gold market is a little bit of in a sideway, but I think slowly now it's picking up, still maintaining the top resistance. There are two resistance level. You can see one is here, the other one is here. Both of them was the price was respecting both of this resistance zone. So there is an inner and outer resistance. You can see this is the outer resistance here, and resistance here. So, and then this is the inner resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, resistance here. So the price already crossed that inner resistance zone. Now it is important to see how it is doing with that outer resistance level. Let me see. the chat, guys. Yeah, silver almost move in the similar fashion. I normally trade less in silver because at the end of the day they always follow each other. So while I'm trading gold, not bothering silver, trading silver, because they always move in the same direction. But gold is more volatile than silver. So yeah, thanks a lot. Thank you very much. USD CHF I'll be looking at. Dollar Swiss franc. No, it's a bearish market, so looks like that dollar CHF has from the daily resistance zone again after this dodgy green candle to the upside, and immediately has come back down. Now from here it could, if DXY reverse, it could reverse, but because it grabbed liquidity from here, I will not be buying. This market is a very long-term trend. This is what I try to explain to you guys, that even if you have a lucrative trade, I never trade, sometime I do by mistake, but I normally consciously never trade against the trend, because trend is very, very important for me in my trading. I keep always trend in my favor. That's why most of my traders so successful. You see that Euro GBP is now hitting the 3 times TP. It's exactly 3 to 1 risk to reward ratio trade on Euro GBP, along with AUD USD that we have closed early today, 2 times TP. Now this trade is one of the, after the GBP CAD 326 pip, and then you can see still is moving to the upside in GBP CAD, and that today also AUD USD trade that we have closed from here after this middleman 2 times TP. So this is trading keeping a big risk to reward, and after last week's 11%, this week so far we are rocking up, and we want to keep that up with you guys. Make sure that you count on it, and if you want to be part of the trading community where we are learning, you'll be learning our strategies and also trade with us in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy. Also, you can find a link in the description. You can visit us, join us to be part of this trading community. Link in the description, also link at the top of the chat. Any question you have, let us know in the live chat. We'll be answering any question that you have. So let me look at now the candle closing is WTI, I think. Yeah, so you see WTI is melting, and I think that oil might be dropping further. If I look at the daily, we can see that oil has a significant rejection from this resistance level, correction. Now it is in another rejection to the downside. And oil, if I look at the weekly, especially the monthly, what I see that US oil currently facing an imbalance zone on the monthly. So because it's an imbalance zone, and I think that US oil might drop aggressively to the downside, and this long week candle on the monthly is an imbalance, has not been tested, and I think that in the first move we can expect either to the support or to this support level. If I look at the weekly, we can see that there's a bearish engulfer here on the weekly from this long bearish engulfer, followed by another bearish candle, and I think that this market will continue to drop. Now if I look at daily, we can see that from the daily perspective that there is a long also liquidity grab from this bearish candle, followed by a correction. It is in another impulsive phase. Now from the lower time frame on intraday, you see that there is a head and shoulder on the 4-hour just candle close. That's a liquidity gap that we talk about. If you are not sure about liquidity gap, also let me know. So you can see with that liquidity gap, the price from this previous support here has broken down, and I think that this market will continue to drop. And after retest, we'll be looking for, I think, US oil may come back to this zone here, and then we might see the reversal is coming. So okay, so let's look at the gold candle closed. Let me look at that one. We're looking for a long time. So the candle closed on gold, which is a bull candle, but at the same time, as I mentioned, the price is facing this resistance level. Okay, so from the 15 minutes that it's bearish here. Okay, now as I mentioned, please don't take a big risk based on what I said. Looks like to me that it's a fake move. We might see a bit more drop, and then from this zone we'll see what happens. That's why when I feel like confident, I call for the trade. But as you can see from the daily, it is facing a daily resistance level. Okay, now when the price face this kind of resistance zone, this is where there is a very high probability that the price may either need strong liquidity to break this, or you could see that the price might be coming down for further drop. So this candle only alone, this is a middleman. Okay, and I would definitely buy that candle. Okay, the only thing is that for me is daily resistance, but all other factors for me is bullish on gold. There's a multiple liquidity gap across the 20 EMA, and from the liquidity perspective, huge liquidity gap here. This is a middleman with a liquidity gap, and from lower time frame also we see potential bullish trading opportunity. I think we could see that. So bigger picture, we see that, as I mentioned earlier, that when you see different time frame, you will see different picture of the price. So from daily, okay, it's look like that it's still bullish, right? We might see break and then close above, which is less likely to happen, or coming close down. So let's look at DXY, will give us an idea. Now DXY, if you look at that on the weekly, DXY is a bearish market. Okay, so if you look at the monthly on DXY, we see that this market from the monthly DXY is a bearish market. If I look at the weekly, what we see that the market from the weekly with this narrow doji, the price is now breaking to the downside. From the daily also, we see that DXY is in fact respecting this resistance line, has rejected. So there is you can see there's a movement correction. So the market is choppy along this zone on DXY. So from lower time frame, there was a huge liquidity gap here after breaking to the upside, and then now it has a fuel for further drop. So from that perspective, we could see that how the gold might do. If DXY is coming down, then okay, so this is where I was talking about that the price is on the resistance zone, and this could be the fate of the price. Now you can see it's now dropping down to the daily support zone. Okay, so as I mentioned, that to break this kind of resistance, the price need liquidity, and this is where the liquidity is. Okay, so sometimes you need to be a little bit of patient in this kind of market, because as I mentioned, that it will dodge you any point. Okay, anytime it will dodge you. So this is why not only the trend, also looking at the monthly, daily support and resistance, and then you need to go for the trade. Let me look at it. Euro GBP, Elizabeth, I think you should be running that trade. I know that you are in the VIP, but now we are almost hitting the profit target 3 times on this one. So once we will find an entry, definitely we'll open another trade. Now from the daily, we see the market is in fact heading, and once the price will break to the upside, first let's take the 3 times TP on this one, and then once we will get the TP after the market structure form, we will be entering again. Why not? Euro USD almost follow the gold, almost in the similar way. Let me tell you, please tell about NCD. Yeah, absolutely. Again, afternoon coach, your life changer, your daily update helps us a lot. Cannot thank you less. I'll forever be grateful to you. Thank you very much. In fact, I'm saving up to join. No problem, Sakin. You are appreciated. Thank you very much. Is it possible to sell AUD USD now? I don't think that now. Let me see. Now AUD USD, it's look like on a support. Okay, so Eurojpy coach, where is the liquidity again? I got but closed it profit. Very good, thank you, Elizabeth. Awesome. We will be entering again on Euro GBP once we will find that. That's good. USD CHF is it a buy? USD CHF. I'll be looking at Euro USD. From the daily. So Euro USD, this is the monthly chart. As you can see, this is a very long bullish market structure. If we look at the weekly, we can see the same situation with this T doji. The price in fact has rejected to the upside. If we look at the daily, what we see that from this support zone, the price has broken to the upside, respecting this long-term trend line. This is the example that actually the market always follow the trend. Okay, market will always follow the trend, and from the lower time frame, we see that after grabbing this huge liquidity on euro dollar, has broken to the upside completely. There's a huge liquidity grab, and we saw the market was moving along this channel. Okay, you see the market showing that significant bullish move, and because it grabbed liquidity, now I'll be looking for a buy opportunity on euro dollar. So from this channel perspective, I see that euro dollar respecting this price action, this support here, and I think that euro dollar may a little pullback. We can expect bullish move in the upcoming time. So euro dollar, after little pullback, I will be looking for potential buying opportunity. If you want to be on that trade as well, I will be also posting any trade I'm learning to the VIP Telegram channel. Also let us know in the comments, join us. Also let us know in the comment section that in the live chat, what's your plan on euro dollar. I will be waiting. As you can see, there is a liquidity gap here, and with that, liquidity has gone up, and I'm expecting it to test the resistance zone again. So if you want to also trade with us in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy, learn our strategies, be part of this trading community, access all the trading tools that we have, you can join us. Link in the description and also link at the top of the chat. Any question, let us know in the comments, in the live chat. USD CHF. Okay, so you see that euro dollar is pushing high, means dollar is staying weaker. So I will not recommend for buying any kind of as I mentioned that I don't know what that's what you need to bit more clear, is that anything can happen in trading. Everything I'm sharing is my own experience, so I wouldn't buy USD CHF. Okay, but just one thing I want to clarify is that I'm a trader and I just share my own experience and just politely telling everyone that I can't tell you what you should do with your trading account. It's your account, you need to take care of it. But everything I share is my own experience, in own opinion, and any time I could be wrong, and you saw that I become sometime wrong. So make sure that you do proper research and take proper advice, as well as do the proper risk management and open any trade in your demo account. So we see that on gold, as I mentioned, it's facing this resistance level on the daily, and from that zone again rejecting. So little bit of bullish, but still not being able to break that zone. This is why this week I'm a bit slow on gold trade, but we had other trades such as Eurusdjpy, AUD, USD, and we'll be looking at NZD CAD. I know there is a request for NZD CAD. Let's look at that. GBP CAD. So NZD CAD, we are running this trade, is still running in profit, and that one I took for 5 times TP target on this one on NZD CAD. And this is in fact a big long bullish candle, okay, bullish trade. And if you closely look at on NZD CAD, what we see that this market there is a strong impulse has broken to the upside. I'm expecting this price to continue to upside like the GBP CAD we did. And NZD CAD, okay, from the bigger picture perspective, it is a long-term bullish market. You see from this support, from this smart money area, the price has a bounce to the upside. So for me, let's see how it does. I'll be waiting for a potential bullish trading opportunity again on NZD CAD. Once I'll see that this is our entry, and NZD CAD already has created this impulse. Now it is in a pullback. Okay, I'll be waiting for this break, and then I'll move the stop loss at entry. That's how the traders manage their trade. Big numbers. Thank you. US30, absolutely. We'll be looking at US30. So we will be looking at US30. You see that US30 is after long consolidation, this market now breaking down. So I think that because it's breaking down, I think US30 will come to that support zone here again, which might give a bit more fair pullback. So you see that from the daily there is an impulse here. If we place our Fibonacci from low to the high, we see that US30 almost going to this level. Well, there is a almost 50% retracement, which is a very decent fair retracement. And in that zone, okay, this is the very important level of support, and I think that US30 highly likely will come back to that level after creating a long week candle on the lower time frame. We can look for potential buy, but for me looks like that it's a sell opportunity on US30. Okay, and NASDAQ and US30 normally follow each other. You can see NASDAQ also forming. This is a dynamic channel. You can see the price was moving along this channel, okay? And with that channel we saw that Nasdaq slowly trying to break. Now there's a doji here. It's, to me, is a bearish candle. If Nasdaq managed to break the high on the 4-hour and take liquidity from this 20 EMA, I'll be selling Nasdaq to the even to the support level. Okay, Nasdaq and US30 might coming for a deeper pullback, though they are long-term bull. I think they might come down here after creating overextended market. We might see that going up, but at the same time we saw there is a double top, so it is not impossible to see that a bit more deeper drop in those instruments. So for the time being, as the monthly close is coming, we see the Nasdaq and US30 showing potential drop. No problems, Manula. Thank you very much. Thanks for Elizabeth. Very good. Thank you very much. So yeah, let's see on gold. As I mentioned, that gold, I'm waiting for an entry. I want to see the breakout and trend, and then we'll be entering the trade. In the meantime, we'll be keep running Euro GBP trade, and AUD USD is closed. We'll keep running all the trade. I will keep watching the chart. In the meantime, guys, make sure that if you want to trade with us and also learn our strategies, join us. Link in the description, and also link at the top of the chat. Also, if you are looking for a regulated broker, you can join EverTrade, also link in the description. With that said, I'm going to end this session. I hope that you enjoyed and found value in this session. We do open live trades, but we need to see that good trading opportunity for giving the live trade, as you know that in whole time not many trades, because the trade that I open, I need a very high probability trade. So thank you very much. I'll see you again tomorrow twice. Very volatile day, quite a few news coming up. Make sure you stay present and also subscribe to the channel so that you are notified. Appreciate your support to the channel, and thank you very much. We'll see you soon.